Go.
Hey. I was like, whoa, go. Yeah. So, very good. Here we are again. Another week, another Church Bulletin podcast.
20th Sunday.
Very
ordinary
exciting.
time.
Absolutely. So, color's still green.
Yeah,
Shout out to our cool light show in the back. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just looked right at it. Yes. That was foolish. Yeah. Anyway, you know what's not foolish? These awesome bulletin covers.
Yeah. I couldn't find anything that made sense for the cover with the gospel.
This is an intense, it's an intense gospel. Mm-hmm. You know, like Jesus. Well, this is kind of funny. So I'm pretty sure everything is fine. I didn't really see anything on the news. Thank God. But we started Bible study yesterday, so it's Thursday while we're filming this. And so we're about to start Bible study, and as we're about to start it, like a fire truck kind of goes through the parking lot. Yeah. Now, again, everything was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but it's ironic because I was sitting there about to start the Bible study going, I don't know, like, because you can do it. You could just go through the readings first, second, you know, all that. But sometimes it's nice just for the conversation to sort of mix it up. Like maybe we'll start with one. So I was at a loss. I was like, I don't know what to start with. And then as it turns out, everyone's like, oh my gosh, a fire truck. So
I said it.
Or you said it.
I'm like, so there's a fire truck in the parking lot.
And I was like, well, then that means we're going to begin with the gospel, because the first line of the gospel is Jesus saying, I have come to set the world on fire.
There was no fire.
There was no fire, and he means by it with the Holy Spirit. So there was a picture. It was like this kind of CGI picture of Jesus with all these flames. Like that was an option. Didn't go with that one. But this one. So it's a wider shot, and if you come to Mass this weekend, you'll see it on the screens. I did the one without the words because the words are too little. You'd never be able to read them. But it does say challenges or opportunities for faith. And that's, you know, it's not in the gospel and necessarily. It kind of addresses it a little bit, but it's interesting because in the first reading, the prophet Jeremiah is thrown into a cistern. He's thrown into a well. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's interesting about it is we talked about like what is at the bottom of this cistern. It was like thick mud. Mm-hmm. So the prophet Jeremiah is literally stuck. Like he can't get out of this cistern by himself. And one of the characters in the story goes to the king and says, you know, the princes have made a mistake. So the king says, go and pull him out, you know, before he dies. So he comes and they draw Jeremiah out of the well. What's interesting is the second reading, though, was actually the theme of my year when I was a net missionary. Okay. So I'm kind of like, "Aw, there it is." But the line is, it says, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us run the race that is set before us." Cut to the kids' bulletin. You've got this wonderful picture of kids running a race. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting is we have talked about this in the last few weeks about how like the saints are praying for us. Like we are one church. Like when we say that we are one holy Catholic apostolic, like the one part, it does refer to the saints in heaven, you know? So what was so neat kind of praying with these pictures, doing a little Visio Divina here. What's so neat about it is when you look at the picture of this shipwreck, you can see the people on the cliff top running towards the edge to see if they can help. You know, like if you go out to, there's a couple movies about this. There's a movie about it that I watched. I can't remember what it's called. It was a great movie. But like my in-laws, my mother-in-law is from just like outside of Ocean City, New Jersey. And so like we've gone on vacation out there a couple of times, you know, to the beach. And what's really neat is they have all up and down the East Coast, like you can find these groups of people who, you know, their creed, it's kind of like the Coast Guard, you know, like you have to go out. You don't necessarily have to come back in, you know, but you have to go out to help. And so that's their thing. Like, so that's how it would work. There would be a shipwreck and these people would just literally, I mean, they'd take a rowboat out into the storm just looking for survivors of the shipwreck.
There's that movie.
Yeah.
With the little itty bitty boat.
Little itty bitty boat, rescue boat in the Coast Guard. I love that movie and I can't think of what it's called.
Oh, Chris something is in it.
Yeah, Chris
right?
Pine.
Yeah.
I love him. Honestly, if I was to be like, could someone, like who's going to play me in a movie? If someone had to play, I'd pick him.
Sam would know the answer to this.
Yeah, I literally watch that movie all the time. I love it.
Obviously, we don't
You're gonna look
love
it
it
up
enough.
right now. Well, see, I don't even think about the name because it just pops up in my. Do you want to watch this?
Again,
and I go,
again,
yes, I do. I do want to watch this. Oh,
I watched it on the beach. Actually, they had
really?
They had a thing. My aunt and uncle used to camp down there, and they had a night where you could watch a movie with like one of those blow up screens, and this was the movie. But yeah, we're obviously doing well with remembering the names of what it's called.
Not doing well at all. Are you having any luck, or do you want me to Google it too?
No, I'll get to it.
I assume. So anyway, but that's the thing, like you have to go out to help. And so what's interesting is just like the guys, who go and draw, like they pull, the prophet Jeremiah out of the well. I think sometimes the saints, when we feel stuck in our difficulties, like it's an opportunity for faith, but faith in Jesus, but also in the body of Christ. The saints can come and and by the grace of God, it's all Jesus, but through their intercession, that can help us in certain ways. But the other thing, it's not even just the saints in heaven, but it's also each other. We're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, both on earth and in heaven, and we can rely on them. Or we're supposed to be able to rely on them to get us out of these situations. So I guess that's all I got on that.
Yeah, well then that we can just add to nice plug here, which is not on the first page of things. This week's bulletin, you'll find the names of our 2 new priests and their contact information.
Yes.
So, welcome Father Mike Polinack.
It's kind of a Where's Waldo thing in the bulletin.
Father Kevin Holland. They are on the second page of the bulletin, along with our deacons and everybody else in the office. So welcome to them, and as they journey with us.
And again, if you missed it, because I talked over Sarah, which is foolish of me, I found it. It's called Finest Hours.
There you go.
Finest Hours, starring Chris Pine.
There it
and
is,
there's another,
sure.
And it's just kind of, there's this cool moment where in the movie, when I won't tell you what happens, but there's this moment where they do something that's like impossible.
Right.
They do something. I won't say what it is because you should go watch the movie. But they do something like impossible in this boat, and it's pretty amazing. And then they get a radio call from their commander saying, "Come back in."
Yeah, no.
And they literally kind of look at each other, and he's like, "You know what?" He just turns off the radio. Like, I'm not.
It's a good thing Moana didn't have a radio either,
right? Exactly. Just like, but it's this cool moment where he's like, "Who's gonna help?"
Right.
And that's what he says. And the guys on his boat with him, the main character, he's like, he doesn't say this exactly, but there's like what's built up in the story is someone has to help, and it's gonna be me. It's gonna be us. And I think that that's a really good mentality. But yes, as you said, welcome to Father Kevin, welcome to Father Mike. Father Mike, Father Kevin, I kind of knew. I had a little bit, have met at different things, but didn't know him super well. Father Mike, I met him pretty much right after I moved here. So 10 years ago or so. You knew him before that. Yes. Yeah, back in the day, many years ago. So that's the thing. They're both really good. And aside from that knowledge, though, but like one of the beautiful things, just watching them, they started this past Tuesday, was their first day. Just watching them pray and, watching them listen. Has been really inspiring, so very good. Moving on. We've had baptisms.
Yes.
Lots of baptisms, which has been really refreshing, actually. And we had a wedding, too. So congratulations to Caitlin and Kyle on your wedding. Father Jason Fye witnessed that. So he's in there. And also, over at San Esteban. Is it Mateo? Am I saying that right?
Mateo and Luca.
Mateo and Luca. Congratulations to them. Father Michael Kasicki, he baptized them, and then we had the brand new priest, Father Brandon Feekles. He did a baptism for Benjamin, here at Saint Jude. So yeah, a lot of baptisms, a lot of beautiful moments. And what's really funny about this is I had no idea we were going to have the conversation that we just had about, going out in the storm, looking for people, when I made this Uno's tip of the week. Widen your search area.
Oh,
so yeah,
movie.
so the saint quote that I picked for everybody was actually Tom. Shout out to Tom, our director of maintenance. Is that what his title is?
Director of facilities.
Director of facilities. Sorry, Tom. Our director of facilities. I was just kind of drawing a blank, like what saint should we use? And Tom said, I love Saint Anthony. And I was like, cool. And I'm just thinking, I know that Saint Anthony, through his intercession, helps us find things. But I was like, what has Saint Anthony said that's interesting? So I Googled it, and a bunch of quotes came up, and I had a really hard time picking one because, Saint Anthony said a lot of really cool stuff. So, but this is the one that just kind of spoke to me, and I hope it speaks to you too. Like we misplace things, but sometimes we can be misplaced, or we can misplace our faith. So, hopefully we find it. So there's that. So hopefully that reflection helps you just a little bit.
Some things around the diocese, huh?
We haven't done that in a while.
No.
I just looked and I was like, these are a bunch of events that are nearby.
Yes, they are.
A lot of the events in the diocese we've been hearing about are like 2.5 hours away because our diocese is huge.
Ginormous.
And I know a lot of people don't have time to necessarily drive across the world to go to some of these places. So, but I was like, these are all right here. So make sure you check some of these out. Maybe it speaks to you and to your life. And of course, very close to home. It's been in there for a few weeks now, but just to encourage everybody, if you're up for it and want to go over and check out the parish festival at San Esteban, all are welcome over there. I'm sure the food will be amazing.
Always.
Knowing the folks who will be cooking, it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Absolutely. So check out those things. And yeah, that's the bulletin. So awesome. I'm excited for I've heard you like kind of talking to Annie a little bit as you were putting this one together, but I haven't seen it at all. So I'm excited. But the things that I heard you two kind of talking about, I was sitting there like, I can't wait for the podcast when I get to learn.
Well, because she gets excited reading it. So.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like I sometimes will sneak a peek at it too before we do this, but I didn't, so I'm pumped. Tell us about it.
The cover, obviously, as Tim said, reflects the second reading with "Let us run with endurance the race that God has set before us." So it actually goes really well with that quote that you have on the front of the bulletin.
I know, it's kind of, and again, never talked about it.
Right.
We just, never. God does these things.
And then inside, I think there's a gospel reflection in there, but then it's time to write a little poem for Jesus. So,
okay.
So be loving when you tell others about Jesus. So the saint I picked, Tim and I, we discussed this one actually. Like
we did.
We're like, let's pick a saint we know nothing about. And even after reading, I just know he was very, very prayerful, and that's pretty much what he's known for. So. He was born in France.
What's his name?
Saint Bernard of Clairvaux.
Clairvaux?
I don't know. I don't speak French. So
France,
yeah. So anyway,
I think it's Clairvaux. That feels right.
His parents instilled a deep faith in him. He is a profound devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. He was a great saint, reformer, theologian, musician. Mystic, not musician. Unifier and doctor of the church.
Yeah.
So it's time to let us ponder the effect that one man can have when his love of God reaches a measurable degree. His profound union with Christ and his burning desire to draw people closer to God should inspire us to exponentially increase our love of God, surrounding all to him for his glory. His feast day coming up next week is August 20th. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's some really cool pictures. If you find out more about St. Bernard, we would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. So, and as we are working so patiently here in summer, I found out I had to fill a page too. So go outside and see what you can see for like summer bingo. I don't have a prize for you. Sorry for that.
That's okay.
I mean, maybe you can come in and grab some chocolate off the front counter. We do keep that stocked.
Deacon Dick literally did that today.
Yeah.
He came by. He was like, "Hey guys, peace be with you." Chocolate.
Actually,
he took a lifesaver.
Did he take a lifesaver?
Yeah. There we go.
Well, anyway, but going outside and the love for nature was one of Pope Francis's favorite things.
Absolutely.
So, have fun with that summer bingo.
It's funny that you say this because I was talking to someone about this right now because we were talking about like, oh, maybe we should I can't wait to go out and walk around like in the fall because that's coming, and I love the fall, and it's exciting to be like, oh, the leaves will change colors, like it was neat, but it will be neat, it will be beautiful. I mean, it's Pennsylvania, it's gorgeous in the fall, but I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what I want to do. And it just kind of dawned on me the other day, like before the fall, I'm like, I really need to get out and spend a little bit of time like in the woods or just kind of paying more attention on my commute, up the road there. because that way you can appreciate the change.
Sure.
You know, because like that's the thing too. So get out and take a look, because everything is going to be so beautiful. But like, if you're not used to, like, if you haven't seen it as it was, to see the change, like when you appreciate what was, and then you appreciate what is, and then you kind of get an idea of what will be, it really can kind of put you in that space of getting to know the one who was, who is, and who is to come.
Will be forever.
Exactly, right?
So
See?
one of the funny things on here, I just saw one of the items is a spider web, and I'm pretty sure I have spiders that live near my light in my driveway, and I think I walked through 4 webs this morning.
I have a spider that lives, I don't know where he is. I don't know where the spider is, but it lives in my car. Like in my car door. Oh. Because every day, like, I'm sure he's furious with me. Every day I like take a spider web off of the mirror. It's from the mirror to my window, and then when I get to work, it's gone, obviously. And then when I go out to my car in a little bit to go home, it will be there.
Oh,
and I'll remove it, and then I'll get home, and it won't be there. And then I'll get up tomorrow, and guess what'll be on my window? So
I walk behind my car to get in it, and my house in the back of my car, and I think I walk. I don't. It was
that's the worst feeling. It's like, ah. So I guess my only question is why you didn't put like 4 spiders webs, because then I would have just won every day. Spider web, spider web, spider web.
Lots of spider webs. So anyway, actually, I think there was a comic I found too for this week. It's actually with the first reading in Jeremiah, and this is this is the one she liked. She liked the translation in Spanish. So. But it's it's like Jeremiah climbing out of the cistern, and it says, being a prophet is money business. So there's that.
I like that. It's true. It really is true.
And on the back is a prayer to a guardian angel prayer that we can all pray together.
Absolutely. Yeah, your guardian angel is a big deal. I've been like, I don't know how I ended up on like guardian angel like TikTok, but I ended up on that side. It was like this priest just talking about angels and guardian angels, and it was really neat. But it was just like, it was kind of amazing. Like he said something to the effect of like, your guardian angel could be the most powerful angel in heaven if you like allow your guardian angel to be powerful. Like if you pray, if you have faith, and you like, because your angel is there to help you on the way to heaven. So if you just kind of like open yourself to that, like it just gives all the power, because that's why God gave you a guardian angel.
Sure.
I'm just like, okay. So it's kind of funny that you put that in there, because I'm like, okay, maybe my guardian angel's trying to get my attention.
There we go.
Damn, what are you doing? There was this funny, I think it's from, I forget what movie it is. I think it's it's not Dumb and Dumber. It's I think it might be one of the Hangover movies or something. I've never really watched those movies myself, but it's just this funny clip of these 2 guys standing each other going, he's kind of funny. He goes, but like, it's kind of just an odd guy. It's like they're just commenting on someone they're watching. He's like, should we be worried? He's like, no. It'll be okay. And the caption of it was that video, and the caption was, my guardian angel's watching me. He's just odd.
Just an odd guy.
So it's fun, but yeah, no, pray to your guardian angel, you know, and it could be, you know, I grew up actually, my mom hung this picture, and me and my little brother, we shared a bedroom for many years, and above our like bunk bed to the side, it was this huge picture of like 2 little boys, or excuse me, it was a boy and a girl like reaching over a waterfall, like it's that famous picture. It's very common, but like one of them's plucking flowers. The little boy, I think, is picking flowers for the girl, and this guardian angel is like hovering over them, like. But I always laughed. My mom would be like, I think that picture is beautiful and true, but it's a little bit false. And I would always be like, why? And she's like, that angel does not look stressed. So,
well, there's
that. I think my guardian angel is probably like this. Peekaboo. Most of the time. No, just like I can't look. What's he doing?
What are you going to get into today?
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, you know, to bring it all back home, are you paying attention, you know, for the grace that is around you? You know, whether it be taking in the beauty of the day, you know, with nature, or with your interactions with other people, or, you know, like the more like intense thing we were talking about, like, are you willing to run to help someone who might be going through a shipwreck time, you know, in their journey, or maybe they're stuck in the well and you're the one who's going to help fish them out, or maybe you're the one on the shipwreck, maybe you're in the well and you need someone to help you. Whatever the case is, just make sure that you're praying for humility and an openness to the Holy Spirit so that you can, be the saint that God has you in the world to be. Like St. John Henry Newman said, God has created me or us to do some definite service, something that only we can do because God has us to do it. So learn what that is. Whether that's through scriptures, you can learn it through a song, you can learn it through talking to people, you can pay attention to your situation, whatever it is, just learn whatever that is, and then just make sure you obey, you follow, you imitate Jesus. And if we all do that together, it's going to be amazing. As the youth used to say, it'll be lit. I don't even think they say that anymore. I think that's an old saying.
And it's not even that old.
Not even, but it's changed so much. Oh, well. Well, maybe that'll be next week. We can have some fun slang. Why not?
Oh, no. 90s slang, like the 90s TikTok you sent me, right?
Yeah, so it was so weird. So it's funny. So this TikTok was like, it was like this high school, it looked like, I think her mom and her dad were behind the camera, holding the camera, and she's sitting there, and they said, read us some of our old slang from like the 80s and 90s, and it was hilarious. Like she'd start a saying, and the dad would finish it, and she would just look horrified, oh my,
how do you know this?
How do you know this? And it's like, that's what we said, So it's fun. Language changes, but as we always, bring it back to Jesus. Some things never change, and the love of Jesus is one of those things. So
it's a constant.
This weekend, be sure to, whatever church in our parish, partner parishes you attend, be sure to, welcome Father Mike, welcome Father Kevin. Sarah and I will be around all weekend if you need anything. And look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Praying for you. Peace.
Talk to you later.